Good morning. This is Mark Steinbach. I couldn't figure out how to make a video and go live on there, so I'm doing it this way, and I'm going to post it because I posted a picture. So I've really been working on this, brainstorming niches. I got all this stuff, story, loves and hates. I couldn't find anything to hate at first, and then once I started, I couldn't stop. It's insane. But my story has got to be around fire safety. And as a child, I lived up here in the summers and went to my grandfather's cabin, and I would hike to the top of the mountain all the time, and I would look for fires, and darn, I found them, and I reported them, and I went and fought them. So that's kind of in me. But as I got older, I have moved now, and every time I move, there's a major fire, and like my grandfather's cabin's burned down when I stopped going there. And I helped my dad in real estate. 15 years ago, I started in Grand County, and I helped there. But as soon as I stopped going there so much, big major fire, and in areas that I really knew. And and it's funny because we just moved here to Bailey, Colorado. A big population, 8,042, but that was in 2010, so I don't know what it is now. I would think it's much bigger because I see even 3,000 homes right in the area I live, which is just crazy big compared to what it feels, because it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. But back to the story, we just moved up here from Arvada, Colorado, where I helped raised my granddaughter for 15 years. She lives here with us too. She's LGBTQ, so I really relate to all the stuff that's been going on in the group. And dogs, I love dogs. I have dogs. All this stuff I really relate to. The karate. I had a subdural hematoma in 2016. Almost died, from karate. And that was my second shot. 10 years each in different disciplines. High brown belt. I never made a black belt. I was always kind of second place. And you can see that I got it over here on the wall, my second place trophy when I was a kid. And that really drives me because I would just love to be second place in this world. It's good enough for me. But around fire safety, I reached out, and I've reached out a lot lately, and I yesterday joined our committee in MMAR, our Mountain Metro Association of Realtors. I joined them, and I just joined the Fire Safety Committee, and they need someone. They need someone at the Bailey Days. So I joined that, and so I'm going to that meeting on Tuesday morning, and I'm going to be a big part of this because, even trucks are in my world. So I said, I can drive fire trucks. He said, really? And I said, yeah, I've had a CDL for many years, and I worked on trucks most of my life. And he goes, you just volunteered to be the leader to train people to drive trucks. So all of this is really coming together. I don't know how to, I mentioned yesterday that in the hot seat would be a perfect place for me because and my granddaughter came up with Cool Mark, and that's the name of my phone, which is just funny because I put music on there for my wife and I to sleep, and it says Cool Mark every night, which is really cool. But here I am, Cool Mark, trying to cool things down with fire safety. And, but I can run their tent and have people volunteer to hand out their brochures on fire safety and realtor work right here in Colorado, it really drives me. It's really where I'm coming from. It is my story. Even though I've done this work many times, and before I came up with a wellness center in the mountains of Colorado, Submontane Wellness Center. We live in the Submontane area, and it's a true wellness center for my granddaughter, my mother-in-law who lives here. She's much older and had some issues, but I've helped them and supported them. And this is a wellness center, and I'd love for it to be bigger. I do little workouts every morning, and I share it with them. And I would share it with more people if I had more room and more space, right? because I got to bring it to the community. And so that's what I'm all about, and giving back to the community and fire safety. That's where I am. I hope that I can put something together and have a good brochure by June. And, I'm going to buy my name, because I've told everyone my name is Google. You just Google my full name, Mark R. Steinbach, and that's all me. I've never bought a domain, but I'm going to go buy that domain because it's available. So I'm doing it today, and I'm working on this stuff, and I'll get further on. But hopefully this gets it started and gets some feedback from you all for me to improve and be the best that I can be. Thank you for taking the time to watch.